chess personality quiz. Oh boy. What would you play in this position? So we have bishop h7. If the king takes knight g5, then there's a couple moves. King back to g8, then there's queen h5. If the rook moves, then queen f7, king h8, rook f3. I think that simply wins the game. So bishop h7, king takes knight g5. Maybe there's king g6. Maybe there's that kind of nonsense. But then there's always queen g4. And I think usually you play like pawn f5. So the queen has to draw back to g3. At that point, we are threatening like knight e4 check, winning the game. The king goes to f6. Knight h7, then the king flees to f7. I'm sure that's not working. Oh, wait, then we have pawn e4. Brilliant, because they can't capture, because we can sack on e4 with one of the knights and then fork the king and queen. Oh, that is so beautiful. Let's say they don't play king f6. What else can they play? I suppose they could move the queen. That gets really convoluted to calculate, though. Some like queen d8, and we can simply take the pawn on e6, picking the queen back up. Same with queen c7. So I had like queen to d7 or some sort of like queen b8 or queen b4. Between those, queen b4 looks the most promising. Maybe there's like knight e6. We can at the very least win the rook in that line. So it looks like a pretty sound sacrifice. Is there anything better? What am I kidding? I would sack on h7. Which statement better describes how you would decide whether to sacrifice the knight? Let's see what happens. Knight takes pawn, pawn takes bishop takes king g7. In that variation, with some like queen f3. What's the question? I would try and calculate my intuition. I think I answered this question. I'm way more of an intuitive player, as we've usually seen. Yeah. Which would you prefer, a brilliant move or a 99% accuracy game? I think you can still lose and have a brilliant move, right? Like, I just prefer to win. So probably the 99% accuracy. What is this game? What actually is this? Have you ever broken anything after a difficult loss? My heart. Yes, I've broken something physically near me or emotionally inside myself. I feel this quiz is a bit tailored to me, to be honest. I've not physically broken stuff, but I've emotionally. Which superpower would you rather have? Flight. No. Teleportation. No. What superpower would you have? You know, like Jan de Ponyashi. Infinite perfect opening knowledge. That sounds pretty good. Fastest mouse speed. What can I do with that? Unless the mouse speed becomes so quick that I can break the space-time continuum. Generating such great heat and power sources that I can supply humanity with fuel for the next thousands of years, thereby eliminating resource scarcity and making wars a thing of the past. Still though, the infinite opening knowledge. Pretty good. How many moves ahead do you typically calculate? After bishop g4, pawn takes, knight takes, pawn g3, queen e8, queen g2, queen g6. Here I have to move knight takes c5, pawn f3, queen takes f3. Meaning I can just take the bishop for free, but then I can take on h6. Too far. Not as far as I can. That would be absurd. Usually until you're in a position that has some more clarity, right? Only one move, the best move. No, but that's also not... Calculation typically helps you find the best move. I'm gonna answer more so the essence of the question, which is, do you calculate at all? So, yes. If you could only play one time control for the rest of your life. Sorry. If you could only play a one-time control for the rest of your life, which one would you pick? Bullet or rapid? Ooh. Between these two, I could go without bullets, to be honest. Why does the promising knight sacrifice with knight takes f7? I think I've seen this before. Yeah, no, I mean, it must be good. That's also true, right? You could only play one Posse Rush mode for the rest of your life. Which would you... This is such a stupid question. You could play survival and just set a timer for yourself. Wait, what? Which more accurately describes your opening? I only play openings that I know well and have carefully studied. I just play whatever was in the latest Batman chess video. Alright, so... I mean, I do like Batman chess. I don't watch him religiously, but I think he makes good videos. But I've never really taken his opening recommendations. So I guess between these, it's the first one. How do you react when your opponent starts talking trash? I'll call the arbiter. Like, it's also not part of the game. There are rules about this stuff. Am I allowed to trash talk my opponent during a chess game. Ah, this is like the only time AI has ever given me a concise, useful answer. In this position, which would you play first? Knight f3 or f4? So the question is, are you a beta? I mean, both are good. I'm probably more familiar with knight f3, but you are playing the Vienna. The whole point is to play f4. But I mean, both are good. I'm gonna say f4. I'm gonna prove that I'm fun and cool. Your opponent just played 2 king e2. What a bad move. How do you feel? So disrespectful. Oh, like they're an idiot. They think they can beat me with this garbage? Now, if someone plays this against me, I don't really feel like they're disrespecting me. I just feel like they're mouse slipping or that they're an idiot. I'm going to crush them. I mean, probably. It should be bad to move the king in the opening. I feel good about my chances. Yeah, that sounds like me. In this popular opening positions, black is threatening the a2, but who cares? Boo. Boo. Who cares? Just castle. How would you respond? Castle. I would complete my development and sacrifice the pawn for 3. I mean, they have got no pieces out. At the very least, my first intuition would be to castle. Queen d2. I would have developed and defeat the pawn. Shut up. Boring. You can take a free piece on this move, or you think you can force checkmate, but it's complicated. What do? I calculate. Why wouldn't you? What's your first thing you do after when you run game review? Do not, and I mean do not hit the big green game review button. I would analyze myself, thank you very much. No engines. I'm gonna answer this, but I don't like it. When you look at a chess position, which are you more likely to do first? If it's a puzzle, first I look at like forcing moves against the king. A fail with each play, that's I guess pretty close. Counter material. Yeah, I guess king safety. It's 1 AM on a Friday. Wait, does this mean that it's Friday? It's just been Thursday and now it's 1 in the morning. And then it's Friday? Or do they mean that it's been Friday and now it's technically Saturday because it's 1 in the morning? And your opponent just flagged you in a completely loose... Ooh, what do? Go on tilt until 4 AM? I need to be in work the next day. I work on Friday. What am I even doing awake at 1 AM? Call it quits and head to bed. Yeah, what? I'm gonna be so tired, I don't want this. I just captured your knight on f6, alrighty. How are you more likely to recapture the piece? Probably just with the bishop. Double the f-pawn, pen to castle queenside, and use the open knights for an attack. That's completely sound. And bishop f6 is also fine. The thing is, I have a sneaking suspicion I would probably castle queenside anyway. Like, even after bishop takes. In that sense, having the open g-file is pretty nice. It's actually a fascinating little position. You know what, the more I'm looking at it, the more I actually like taking with the pawn. Yeah, actually, I like pawn takes. Imagine that you're in your first ever in-person tournament game. Well, I was really young. How do you feel? Nowadays, I'd be pretty relaxed. Back when I was a little kid, I would be like this guy. Where did I get that clip from? Oh.
Welcome to Subway. Which bread would you like, sir?
Tricky opening. Honey oats? Yeah, Italian herbs.
And what about fillings and veggies, sir?
Paneer, onions, and tomatoes in my arsenal. Onions may center stage liya, so tomatoes could be vulnerable at the side. Suicidal move.
For sauces, we have 6 options, sir.
6 options? 6? Multiple sauce threads. Mayo capture karo?
Wait. Sauces.
Sir?
सबवे ऑर्डर करना जीनियस के लिए भी मुश्किल हो सकता है इसलिए
Run. Quick fishy run. Anyway, what was the question again? Nowadays, I'd be relaxed. You are the machine. Machines are relentless opponents. Good calculation. Oh, thank you. Guide their pieces to the decisive squares. Are rarely emotional. I'm such an unemotional stoic. And aren't distracted. I need to see it again. They focus on finding the best move in each and every position and then lose on time. That actually does sound like me. Apparently I'm more intuitive than I thought I was. Wow. Oh, I'm boring. Cool Cash is a machine. That's awesome. The score for every chess person. Caveman. She is a caveman. I'm gonna share that with some friends. Which one do I think is Magnus? Magnus is Probably an anaconda. Yes! Could have also been Karpov. Which one is Kasparov? Inventor would fit, to be honest. Assassin. He won like a lot of very complicated games. I'm gonna say Inventor. Oh no, come on, man.